Alright, welcome along to a swift little video here. We're going to be talking about quitting your job, and we all have those days where we've had enough. We want to move on to something bigger and better, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff to think about whenever it comes to this. It's something that I personally want to do at some point, but I want to do it properly. So we're going to delve into some tips in this video, and I'm going to give you some thoughts on my own personal opinion when it comes to this. The one thing I would say is, if you do quit a job, make sure you do it on good terms, because you never know when you may have to come back with your tail between your legs. And I do have a story about that, so we'll get these tips out of the way first, and then I'll fill you in on that. Okay, the first thing that I've got for you is to clarify your why. Reflect deeply on why you want to quit, whether it's burnout, lack of fulfillment, or desire for change. Write down specific reasons to solidify your resolve. A strong personal why anchors you during moments of doubt and gives you a sense of purpose to push through your fear. Alright, secondly, you have to visualise the worst case scenario and plan for it. Imagine the absolute worst outcome after quitting your job. Example, financial strain, judgment from others, and brainstorm how you'll handle it. Create a backup plan like savings or a side gig. Fear often stems from the unknown. Confronting and preparing for the worst reduces its power over you. Before you pull that trigger and quit your job, build a financial safety net. Save 3 to 6 months of living expenses or more if possible before quitting to ease the transition and reduce anxiety. Knowing you won't immediately crash financially gives you breathing room and boosts your confidence. Make sure to test the waters first. Start exploring alternatives like freelancing, a passion project, or a new job while still employed. Dip your toes in before you do it. Small successes in a new direction build courage and make the leap feel less like a cliff drop. Number 5 is to break it down into steps. Create a checklist, update your resume, tell a trusted friend, draft a resignation letter, pick a quit date, tackle one at a time. Big decisions feel overwhelming, small manageable actions make it less daunting and build momentum. Number 6 is to talk to someone who's actually done it. Reach out to a friend, mentor, or even someone online who's quit their job successfully. Ask about their experience and their fears. Hearing real stories normalises the process and proves it's survivable and even liberating. Number 7 is to reframe quitting as a beginning, not an end. Shift your mindset that quitting isn't failure, it's opening a door to something new. Focus on what you're gaining, not what you're losing. A positive perspective reduces guilt and fear, replacing them with excitement. Number 8, practice saying it out loud. Rehearse your resignation speech in front of a mirror or with one of your friends. Get comfortable saying the words, "I'm quitting." Familiarity breeds confidence. Verbalizing it makes the decision feel real and doable. And number 9, set a deadline. Pick a specific date to quit and commit to it. Tell someone to hold you accountable. A deadline prevents endless procrastination and forces you to act, turning intention into reality. Number 10, celebrate the decision. Plan something rewarding for after you quit, like a small trip, a treat, or a lazy day off to mark the occasion. Associating quitting with positive reward reinforces your courage and makes it feel like a victory. And finally, you need to trust your gut. If you've been miserable for months and dread work daily, listen to that instinct. Your intuition often knows before your brain catches up. Self-trust is the ultimate courage booster. It's you betting on yourself. Alright, so hope those tips were helpful for you. For me, whenever I quit a job, the job I'm currently doing right now, I quit that job and moved on to another one closer to home, a little less driving involved, just something that financially made sense at the time. And yeah, it saved me a little bit of money during the week, but you need to understand that sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. I'm not going to name the company that I went to work for, but you know, some some companies can be nasty to work for. Just it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. Essentially, what happened in the job I went to, I thought to myself, okay, the job I currently have now, um, I managed to come back to, but the job I went to was a little bit easier as far as physical labour went, but yeah, the bosses weren't the best. Let's just say. What happened was I was the last guy in to the workplace and the first guy to get uh, shafted whenever something went wrong. And I was there as a trainee for a few months, and learning the ropes and whatnot. And let's just say, part of the process of the job, something went wrong, and something got damaged, and there was a certain amount of time taken from doing new orders to go back and correct what had went wrong. Now, the part of the process that went wrong wasn't the part of the process that I was working on. And essentially, what happened was I opened my payslip on Friday, and I worked all week. I was there every day, every hour, and I opened up my payslip, and there was like 75p in the payslip for the prior week's work. So when I went to the management in the office to question, where the heck's the money for the week I just worked here, I was basically told, the amount of time it took for this job to be corrected, the amount of money that it was taken to correct that was taken from my payslip. But I'm like, how am I getting the blame for this? Because that part of the process wasn't on me. That was someone else. But essentially, what I was told was, we're the boss. We can do what we want to do. Now, I'm not the clearest on the ins and outs of legalities and whatnot whenever it comes to the work environment, but I'm pretty damn sure that when you go into a workplace and you get a basic set wage, you get that no matter what happens within the work environment. Now, if they offer you a bonus when something goes wrong, yes, I think they can take that from you, but no one anywhere can take your basic wage off you. Just doesn't happen, shouldn't happen. That's what these guys did, and it meant I walked out that day, and it meant, okay, I am now unemployed, and I ended up being unemployed for one day, and I walked out the Thursday evening. Was it even the Thursday evening? No, it's a Friday morning, whenever the pay slips come in, and I walked out that morning, and I got on the phone straight away to my old job, which is now my current job, and managed to get hold of the guy that's currently my manager right now. And he was like, what's up? You keeping well? And I'm like, well, I've got myself in a bit of a bind here. I'm going to need to, get a job back if you get anything going. Fair play to the man. Straight away, he's like, come into work Monday morning and we'll get you started and something. So my thing is, as much as you want to do something, and you've got all those tips there and whatnot, all good stuff, but basically at the end of the day, no matter what you want to do in life, you never know how it's going to play out and when you may actually need to go back to a prior employer with your tail between your legs. It does happen, and luckily for me, I managed to stand up for myself, walk out of a job the Friday morning, and by the following Monday I was back in full-time employment. Wouldn't have been the case if I hadn't got hold of this guy in particular. I left that factory in fairly good terms with it. Now, there's a few managers within it that, I wouldn't say we didn't get along, but we were back in the day whenever all this happened. A lot of us guys were like pranksters and whatnot. We annoyed a few of the managers now. there was one manager in particular, and my current job was like, you know, after the stunts that you've pulled over the years, I wouldn't have rehired you, but this guy thankfully did. So, yeah, if you do manage to get out, you're following your dream. Something I intend to do in the next few years. I am still going to leave when the opportunity arrives, if it arrives, that I can do something like this more full time, and I do get to leave the company again. I'm going to go out in the best of terms with them once more, because again, you never know what the future holds. At some point or another, you may need that company on your side. That right now, as you're watching this video, you're thinking to yourself, I hate my job, I hate the people I work with, I hate my managers, everything. I just want to get out. That's all fine and well. Work your way towards it. Get yourself out, but you know, keep on good terms with them. Yeah, you may need them at some point in the future. So let me know what you thought of these tips, and yeah, if you have managed to get out and you're doing your thing, tell me about it in the comments below as well. That's going to do it for this video. I will talk to you in the next one.